Legend has it that in the late 20s, two brothers and a fellow amateur scientist built a rocket in a Hamden garage and launched it to Venus.
On Coffee With today, we meet the filmmakers chasing this story.
Jeff, Buck, Daphne, and Bob are all with us this morning. Ooh, I had to practice that. Rocket to Venus.
Yeah.
An interesting story. All about Baltimore. Tell me a little bit about the storyline.
Well, it was a number of years ago. I purchased a house in Hamden, and it wasn't long after that I found out that these three amateur scientists built this spaceship in my garage. So, of course, that was pretty fascinating in classic Baltimore fashion. That, you know, in 1928 there'd be two brothers and Robert Condit building a rocket ship in my garage. And then I told Buck about it. We grew up together, lifelong friends. I told Buck about it,
yeah.
And he was just sort of like, we got to find out more about this story. So he...
Yeah, we did some research at local taverns like Dimitri's and went up on the avenue and just tried to talk to some older guys that could have been in that era that maybe heard some of the rumors and what went on. But it led us to the name of our restaurant, and it eventually led us to what we're doing now, which is really exciting.
Yeah, the film, the trailer is awesome. The restaurant, I'm sure, is awesome. Daphne, I know you said you did a lot of research, helped out find information. Tell us a little about these special documents you mentioned.
Well, we just recently found the great-nephew of Robert Condit, who built the rocket, and he actually had, from 1928, a satchel of this amazing old correspondence with Robert Condit about the rocket, all this old newspaper articles and stuff. So we have a bunch of new clues that are going to hopefully help us find the rocket and go on a road trip in search of where it ended up.
Now, we know the production side of things is key in this. The trailer, like I said, is awesome. It tells a very cool, unique story, and it's unique to Hamden and Baltimore. Tell us a little bit about the production side of things.
Well, yeah, I mean, the story is just, it's so quintessential, quirky Baltimore. I mean, it's this old story that happened in Hamden in 1928, and in that era, the 20s just was an era of firsts. It was a decade of firsts. Everyone was, you know, things were happening. So it's not unlikely or unusual to think that some guys could build a rocket and dream of flying it to Venus. I mean, now you think about it, and you're like, oh my God. But back then, okay, plausible.
If it would happen, it would happen here.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, to tell the story through Jeff and Buck and their eyes as they uncover all this, you know, information is a lot of fun. I mean, these guys are naturals, and it's just so much fun following these guys. You know, a filmmaker partner of us, John Benham, grew up with Jeff and Buck, and so when Daphne and I and John were making this film, another film, we said, hey, let's make this film about Rocket to Venus. These guys were on board, and it just snowballed.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. More news, weather, and traffic right after this.